Hello everybody, in this video we are doing a Sylas replay commentary for one of the games that I played yesterday on my stream. This was me on Sylas mid versus Akali, so ended up doing pretty well, so I wanted to go over it and just explain my thought processes and maybe some stuff I could improve on. Hopefully it helps you guys. So we are starting with Doran's Ring. Of course, I always start with that, and into this Akali matchup. I think this used to be favored, but recently I've been having a bit more trouble with it. It's definitely very hard to fight Akali when she's in her shroud because you literally can't do anything. The main tip that I have for fighting her in her shroud is if you just spam W on top of yourself, then when she reveals herself, then you'll have already spammed your W, and you will hopefully be able to get it off before she goes invisible again. So that also works with a lot of invisible champs. If you just spam W where you think they're going to be, then as soon as they pop up, you'll instantly be able to get that damage and healing, which is really impactful. So in terms of this early game, I probably should have been standing over here somewhere, or over here, just hanging stuff out, but it's whatever. Yeah, into Akali, we're going to want to start Q. You could start E, but if she gets a Q proc off on you and then her passive, then she does win that trade. Especially because this Akali took Doran's shield, which I believe a lot of Akali players do. So getting trade like that is not actually that beneficial. Yeah, we're just CSing with our Q. Kind of just sitting back. You know, we're not going to win trades against Akali. We can try for first strike trades is the main thing. But because she has Doran's shield, she's going to heal up a lot of the damage anyway, so there's not really a point in trying to actually go for a kill. So I'm just playing this pretty safe. Now here, I do go in for a trade there because I see that her shroud is down. And so I'm able to get the E off there. Again, she's going to heal a lot of that damage, but definitely not a bad trade. If her shroud had been up at that time, then I definitely would not have gone in. Because, you know, she's going to shroud, and I'm not going to be able to do anything. But when her shroud is down, it gives me an opportunity to trade. Like there, for example, maybe her shroud is down again, so I go in for a quick trade with W. Actually get a decent amount of damage off. Here I push in the wave, so I go and walk towards whoever. There's no point in staying in lane. I can just walk towards whoever and maybe get some vision. I spot the enemy jungler, that's pretty big. But sitting in lane doing nothing is not going to help me, so when I have that extra time, I'm going to move around the map. Now here, I see that my jungler is fighting, and I instantly roam. I know Shyvana is a pretty squishy target early game. It's very easy for Sylas to kill her. There, Kai'Sa flashed and took my kill for some reason, but that was a pretty clean kill on my part that Kai'Sa decided she wanted instead, unfortunately. But I E'd early there just to dodge the Akali Q because I wanted to keep my first strike proc. If I didn't E there, then her Q would have hit me, and I would have lost the first strike, and that's a little bit of extra gold. So we were able to get the kill there anyway, so I guess it's fine that Kai'Sa got it. But I did end up using my Ignite for that, so... Now that's one of the things that I was talking about right there, is that when she's in her shroud, you know, I'm spamming W in the general area that I expect her to be, because then as soon as she popped up, I was able to get the W off, and, you know, she still did a lot of damage to me, but I was able to retaliate a little bit and get some healing. tried to go for a wave clear combo there because I thought she would roam a bit more. So that was just me not paying as much attention. I should have known she was going to walk back to lane pretty quick. But I thought she would hopefully, you know, stay away from the lane a little bit longer. Now here I do end up staying because, you know, the wave is in a really bad spot, and I see my jungler is on Dragon. He ends up getting the kill anyway, so it's all good. But as soon as I see that my team needs help, I'm able to roam. You know, Sylas is very strong in these early jungle fights, so I'm always looking to get something off. We'll get a decent trade-off there. Now, I am looking for a back here. I've been looking for a back for the past couple minutes, just to reset, get some mana back, and start working towards Everfrost, maybe a Dark Seal. I don't actually think I build a Dark Seal this game. Yeah, so I get a decent back timing here. So it's a bit later than I would have wanted, but, you know, it's still fine either way. And even though the wave's in the middle of the lane, Akali's wave clear isn't the best, so you know, we'll still go back. And I don't think I missed too much here. And I don't build the Dark Seal here. I'm not sure if I build it later in the game. I don't actually remember. But I go for the Lost Chapter instead because normally I would go for you know, double Amptome plus Dark Seal instead of the Lost Chapter. But this game I didn't think I had much kill pressure, so I wanted to go for the extra mana sustain instead. Because I think Akali, I just think that, you know, I'm probably going to be staying in lane for a bit longer than normal, and I didn't want to be constantly running out of mana. Here I tried to go in a little bit. I mean, Akali is very strong, especially early game. You just get so much free damage, and the mobility from it is very nice. But I'm actually able to go in here, get a nice kill on the Shyvana. And I had the second part of Akali ult here, so I'm kind of just waiting, and I am able to get out here. I do have to use my flash, but able to grab that Shyvana kill and the blue buff. Yeah, Akali ult is extremely strong early game. It falls off a bit late game because it takes a bit too long to come out, and it's not super strong AoE, especially not the first part. But provides a lot of mobility, a lot of damage, and it's just very strong. It's similar to an Ahri ult. It's like an Ahri ult that does more damage with less mobility. And yeah, like Ahri ult is one that I don't like taking late game unless I need to escape because it does do pretty low damage, and the mobility takes a bit long to get off, so you can just die while you're using it. But early game is very strong because you're a lot more durable, and you know, that this extra dashes can really help run down targets like the enemy ADC if you ever run down there. So we are able to go back. I do pick up the Dark Seal here, so a little bit late. I did miss hit on 2 stacks because I didn't get a kill, but it's whatever. Yeah, I mean, we're having a pretty nice lane. I mean, I'm 1-0. I'm not super far ahead, but I am pretty confident in my ability to snowball these leads, no matter how small they might appear to be. If I can get any sort of lead, then I'm able to just completely snowball it out of control. I mean, that's just the way that I play. So I think it's because I am very confident in my limits, and I'm very aggressive. And so I'm able to, you know, take 1 kill lead and then just completely snowball it because Sylas has a lot of outplay potential, and he has a lot of snowball potential with his healing and mobility. So if you guys are struggling to snowball games, let's try playing more aggressive. You know, you'll learn your limits a bit more, and hopefully you'll get more confident in yourself and be able to take very small gold leads and turn them into wins. So I am walking towards top here. I saw that Akali was walking towards top, so I wanted to slightly follow her. Now, I can't walk too far up. You saw that I warded that bush and then sort of backed off. because I don't know where Shyvana is. Shyvana ended up being in the top bush, but if Shyvana's standing there and I walk into it and Akali is also nearby, then I probably die, especially because I don't have my flash up. So when I'm following roams like that and I don't have vision of the enemy jungler, I need to be very careful, because there's always a chance that they could be sitting there. And I do play around enemy vision a lot. Or I play around my own vision of the enemies a lot. So you'll see that I do a lot of things where I won't go for very aggressive plays unless I am certain that I know where the enemy team is. And if there are enough of them in vision that I'm confident going for something, then I'll go for it. But otherwise, if there are too many unknowns, then I will usually avoid going for anything too risky. Yeah, and at this point, I'm just focusing on farming. Akali hits me with the E, so I stand near my turret. If she did go in on it, then I would have E'd back to my turret and then been able to stun her with my E2. And she probably wouldn't have died, but she definitely would have lost the trade. Now, I see Akali is recalling here, and I didn't want to push the wave instantly, because if I went for a wave clear combo, she's obviously going to stop recalling, and I actually wanted her to go back here. So I tried to maybe be a bit more passive. Hopefully she'd get her back off, but she stopped it. If she did get her back off, then I would have instantly started clearing the wave. And hopefully she would have missed a little bit, and it would have given me a pretty good timer for my own back. Yeah, I mean, if you see the enemy's backing, it's not always a good thing to stop them. I mean, sometimes you want them to go back, like before Dragon fight or something. If you see someone backing right before Dragon spawns, I mean, you might as well let them back, because then maybe they have like an item to buy or something, but it allows your team to rush Dragon if you really want to, because the enemy team will be down a player. So yeah, I'm trying to look for some stuff around the map, but it's pretty difficult. You know, bot lane isn't super easy to gank. Mainly, the goal of this game is to just play with my jungler. Udyr's a pretty strong champion in 1v1s or in 2v2s, and Sylas is also very strong in those situations. So if I'm able to play with my jungler in some jungle fights and get some free kills, then I can definitely start snowballing this game a bit harder. And I'm going back here because I'm able to get the Everfrost, which is a very, very big power spike on Sylas. And yeah, just walking back to lane. I don't need to do anything too aggressive. Akali ult is very, very important for any plays I might make in the jungle. So I'm mainly reliant on that. Their other ults aren't amazing. You know, Wukong ult's not bad, but the damage is a little bit low. And you know, Shyvana ult's fine, but it forces me in Shyvana form for a bit. So I'm pretty much reliant on Akali ult, and then once I have Akali ult, if I'm able to jump on like a Shyvana or something, then it should be a free kill. Here I was considering blast gunning over, but I did not to because I wasn't sure where Shyvana was. You see here, I'm really happy to take these fights, because I do have the Akali ult. Able to grab that kill on the Akali there. Well, my Udyr grabs it. And we do grab the kill on the Shyvana. So I just took the Akali ult, was able to fight with it. Here I'm standing a bit far back because I don't want to get hit by a Zoe bubble. Yeah, I mean, our team just got 2 kills because I was confident in taking that fight. He had the Akali ult, we were able to kill the Akali with it, even though she was a bit tanky. And then the Shyvana was pretty free after the Akali died. So we do go for the Sorcerer Shoes here. You know, I like the bonus movement speed, and the magic penetration is really nice. We are going for the Shadow Flame, the second item, which will give us even more magic penetration, and it will give us a lot of AP and a decent amount of health. So that is the main power spike with this build. It's once you get Shadow Flame, you can start one-shotting people. Yeah, just clearing waves and then roaming. That's what I want to do at this point. I'm 2-0. I have the Everfrost, so I'm very strong. Here, I knew that the Zoe was going to be there. Because, I mean, obviously she was walking up from bot lane, and she was going to be in the Senna invisibility or whatever. But what I didn't expect was my Soraka was just completely abandoning me, so I should have paid more attention. I thought my Soraka was going to be right behind me, but she went off to go ward or something, so it ended up that I had to use my flash there to get out. I maybe should have been a bit more careful. I mean, I knew that Zoe was in there, and Senna was there, of course, so I should have expected the bubble, and I could have eaten the bubble, which is something that I messed up. And yeah, I just shouldn't have gone there in the first place. I should have been paying attention, and then my Soraka would stop following me. They're a bit of an unfortunate tower dive. My ult was like 1 second off of coming back up there, which was really sad because I actually thought it was up during that fight, so I tried to take the Shyvana ult because the Shyvana ult gives more health, and I believe I couldn't even take the Akali ult there, so Shyvana was the only option. But Shyvana would have given us a bit of health, and we would have had some extra abilities, but I wasn't actually able to take it before I died, so it's pretty unfortunate. I think we probably still would have died if we were able to take it, but we maybe would have been able to kill the Shyvana if she was taking tower aggro. Now we have Shyvana ult with us, which is fine. The issue is that it doesn't, or they didn't actually fix the bug. I mean, I guess they fixed it and now it's back, so if you Shyvana ult at least on 12.12, you will lose all your mana when it runs out, so yeah, it's a pretty terrible ult when that happens. So it's basically a coin flip whether it's bugged or not, because they fix it and then it gets bugged again for some reason, and then they fix it again. And now it's bugged again, so, I mean, whatever. I think here I just let it run out. There's no point in using it. Normally, in a situation like this, I would just use it, or use an ult because it's about to run out, so you get your next ult a little bit faster, but in the case of Shyvana ult, it's not that great to use because it'll drain all my mana. So, yeah, we did just let it run out. And Gangplank Pinky wanted to go bot, so I just went top. Normally I would go bot to side lane here, but since Gangplank was already there and he wanted to go there, you know, I just let him go there. And I'm fine facing Wukong. Wukong isn't actually that strong currently. Well, I mean, I don't know what he is as a champion, but in this game, the Wukong is not super strong. So I'm able to roam here from top, get a nice 3-man Everfrost. Could maybe have gone in a little bit sooner there. But yeah, we're able to pick up a nice kill and get our team another one. And here we're just going to help our Kadir on Rift Herald. I think he pinged us off of Rift Herald because he didn't want help, but whatever. Yeah, so now we're going to go back top. Now that we got the Rift Herald. And yeah, at this point, I'm really just looking for favorable fights like the one that we had earlier. Because I know that I'm really strong. I don't quite have my Shadow Flame yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm a bit far off of actually being able to buy it. About 1,000 gold off. But yeah, I'm mainly looking for favorable fights where I can jump in after my team has already engaged and the enemy cooldowns are not available. Because those are the sort of fights that are really, really strong for Sylas. Because when the enemy doesn't have anything to stop you, you can just kind of steamroll them. And especially if they aren't focusing on you, if you can get a flank off, then it will make it really hard for the enemy team to coordinate and stop you. So here, I get the flank on the Senna. Barely able to kill her, and you see I'm taking absolutely no focus here. Like, now they start to focus me, like 15 seconds after I joined the fight, and after I've killed 2 of them. A bit of a whiff of the Q there, but it's fine. We are able to get 3 kills that fight, just because we waited for the enemy team to engage on our team, and then we popped out and were able to kill 2 of them. Fortunately, Wukong and Shyvana do both get out, but it's fine. Yeah, we are gonna go this. We are gonna use the sweeper here when we're base checking. Sweeper does show us the position of enemies if they're in a bush. On top of the fact that it reveals wards. So if you're base checking like that, sweeper can definitely save you because it will outline the enemies. Which means that, you know, if there's like 3 enemies in a bush, then you'll have time to react and you won't have actually base checked them. Okay, going back here, I definitely have enough gold for the Shadow Flame. I think I get a Shadow Flame and a stopwatch here. Yeah, I do go for the stopwatch. I really like the stopwatch over the other stats from the components of Zanya's. I think the stopwatch is really strong. I mean, stasis on Sylas is just basically a necessity because you're like an AP assassin that has to like be in the middle of a fight to actually do anything, and you're not actually that slippery. You know, like Echo is another champ that I play, and you know, you play Echo, you get 80% movement speed when you proc your passive, you just run away. You also have your ult, but on Sylas, once you go in, you have to wait for your cooldowns before you can actually get out again. Not quite as bad as a champion like Diana, but yeah. And Diana, again, is another champ that relies very heavily on stasis. Because once you go in, you know, you can't get out. Yeah, again, we're going out here on the flank. Flash the Zoe Q. Not sure if that was completely necessary. It probably would have been. I think we would have died if we didn't do that. And here I'm baiting the Akali. Again, this is where I'm spamming the W. You see I instantly get the W off as soon as she reveals herself for the healing. And my Kai'Sa ends up getting a pentakill. Even though 4 of those kills, I basically did like 60% of the work. But yeah, pretty cool that she's able to get the penta there. We're actually able to get the Dragon Soul, and we get Baron. So, you guys see, I'm just completely destroying these fights with just 2 items. That's all I need. And there, I mean, we got 4 assists that fight. We basically did most of the work on those kills, but Kai'Sa ended up getting the last hits, so it's whatever. Wouldn't have been our penta because one of them died without us doing anything, so... Yeah, I mean, we're just completely able to dominate those fights because we're going in after the enemy team has already focused on the rest of our team, and then we're just completely destroying them because they're already not focused on us, and then when they do turn our focus to us, we have the stopwatch to save us. We used our flash there, so a lot of stuff that we're using just for safety after we've already been spotted and they start actually attacking us. Now here we can't go for any cheese kills because Baron does reveal us, so maybe could have killed the Wukong if we didn't have Baron because he could have snuck through the bushes, but, you know, since we have the Baron, it's obvious that we're going to be there. Yeah, just working on pushing this tower. I can get this decently quick, because I do have a decent amount of AP. Get some passive procs off on it. I'm not using my abilities for the passive procs while Wukong's still nearby because the turret still has a decent amount of health, so I can't actually kill it with those passive procs if I use my abilities earlier. Which means that if I use all my abilities, he has a chance to engage on us, and that's not really something that I want to happen. So we're just kind of passively autoing the tower until he runs away. Unfortunately, my team did end up dying there, but we actually do a ton of damage here. Kill the Shyvana with her own ult for that extra damage. Yeah, Shyvana ult's not the greatest, but the initial activation does deal a lot of damage, which is what I used it there for. So yeah, we're going back here, grabbing the Zanyas, working towards the death cap. And you see there, my mana is just completely drained when we exited the Shyvana ult. Yeah, we are going for a death cap here because nobody on the enemy team that... Well, I shouldn't say nobody on the enemy team, because, you know, Shyvana has a decent amount, Wukong has Merc Treads, but for the most part, their priority targets, like the Akali, Zoe, and Senna, don't have much magic resist, and the other targets on their team have a little bit, but not really too much, so Death Cap is definitely going to be the best option here, because we're doing nearly true damage to half their team anyway, and the other half, I mean, they don't have enough magic resistance for the Void Staff to be worth. Now, if their Akali had some magic resistance, and maybe their Senna had some or something, I probably would have gone Void Staff instead. But yeah, with the current way that it's looking, and considering that I'm the only main AP on the team, I figured the enemy team wasn't going to build much magic resist anytime soon. So that's fine. And yeah, now we're just trying to sideline and put pressure. Unfortunately, my team's getting engaged on, so I probably should have been paying a bit more attention and roamed up a little bit sooner. I actually took the wrong ult here, which is pretty unfortunate. I wanted to go for the Akali ult, but ended up getting it the Senna ult. Yeah, we're kind of just running away here. We actually almost one-shot the Wukong going back in on him. And here we have a nice flash W onto the Shyvana. Not sure if it would have been completely necessary, but I just wanted to be safe, and I kind of panicked when I saw her. So here I wanted to go in, but again, I mean, I'm 1 HP, and if I mess this up, it's really bad. So I'm just playing it safe. I could have tried to go in, but you know, if I miss my E or if they have their stealth up, then I'm not able to get my W off, then they can just kill me. At this point, I'm not sure if I can afford my death cap. No, I can't. Okay. I don't actually think I'm able to get the death cap this game. I think I remember. I was like really close, but not quite. Yeah, like I was looking around for something to farm because I'm 300 gold off of death cap, which would be a huge power spike. But Elder Dragon is spawning in 1 minute, and the only thing I could potentially go to is bot wave, but I'm also like 1k HP, and it's pretty pushed up towards the enemy team, so I figured I'll just go back and grab a Medjay's instead. I mean, Medjay's at 27 minutes into the game isn't amazing, but normally in this sorts of situations where, you know, like the game is going to end on this Elder fight, you know? Like, assuming that we win this Elder fight, the game is over. So I'm doing what I can to make myself as strong as possible. Now, I could have also bought a potion here. I was a little bit more conservative with my gold, just in case we didn't end the game. But yeah, in these sorts of situations, if I have full inventory, 10 stack Dark Seal, and you know the game is pretty close to over, then I'm just gonna buy the Medjay's because that gives me the largest immediate power spike. If I had a lower stack Dark Seal, I'd sell it for a needlessly large rod, but since it was full stacks, I went for the Medjay's. Here, I mean, you saw there, my Shyvana dove on my team. I kind of just ignored her. Able to one-shot the Senna there. Yeah, I ignored her, took the Akali ult, and sort of ran down the rest of their team. Didn't hard engage, because all I need to do there is the threat of engaging. So basically, if they ever leave their turret, then I'm going to jump on them. But because I was there, they weren't really able to help the Shyvana, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Now, can I... Let's see. I don't think there was anything too... I don't think there were any, like, super notable plays this game, besides maybe this one. Like, individual plays. But just overall, we were just putting a lot of pressure on the enemy team, and we were just really good at kind of cleaning up these fights. And here, I mean, Kai'Sa got the fence hut, so I didn't actually get any of these kills, but I think this was very well played. You know, I'm basically forcing the enemy team to focus on me, and then kind of, you know, once they are focused on me, then I'm able to instantly punish them with the Zhonya's and the Flash. And there again, the instant W for the spam, so yeah, pretty well played game, I think. I think I could have played the early game a little bit more aggressive. I was doing this on stream, so I think I was a little distracted, but yeah, I mean, overall pretty nice. We turned a somewhat small lead into a 10-1 victory. Just from how we played these fights, and yeah, I mean, and again, we only had one good ult too. The only good ult in the enemy team was Akali ult. You know, some of the other ones weren't terrible, like Wukong's like not terrible. Shyvana's can be somewhat useful depending on the situation. But Zoe's is obviously horrific, and Senna's is not very good either. So, yeah, we sort of just used our base kit this game and Akali ult to secure a lot of kills and sort of get our team to generally, you know, get ahead in these fights. So yeah, I mean that was a nice game of Sylas versus Akali mid. Again, I think this matchup is a little bit rough, especially early game. But you know her ult is pretty nice. So if you kind of just ignore her specifically and you go and try and kill her team with her ult, then it can work out pretty well. Like there, we got a lot of kills on the Shyvana just from helping our deer in the jungle fights. So ended up working out pretty nicely for us. And yeah, if you like this content, you want to see more, consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.